SBI has uploaded the data. The Election Commission has uploaded the SBI data on electoral bonds. Remember, this is something that was awaited this after the Supreme Court's direction that this information, the electoral bonds data, should be made public. Remember, initially the SBI had sought more time, said it needed time till June to collate all the data and submit it to the Election Commission. However, the Supreme Court had ordered that it be given by the next day. Finally, after that Supreme Court it took 2 days for the SBI to submit the data to the Election Commission and also submit an affidavit in the Supreme Court saying that it had been all given to the Election Commission. The Election Commission at that time was in fact in Jammu and Kashmir, and during a media briefing he said that it will be made public soon, though he had not given a time of when the electoral bonds data would be shared. But now it has been uploaded, and there you can see the Election Commission of India saying it's has uploaded the electoral bonds data. Let's go across to Sunil Prabhu for more. So Sunil, finally, after the Supreme Court's intervention, the Election Commission has uploaded all this information. What can we understand from this?
Well, there's going to be a data mine. It's a wealth of information.
That's right.
Lots and lots of data for everybody. It'll now, of course, as we've been talking about for days and if not months after the Constitutional Court had decided that this is unconstitutional and it needs to be disclosed. There were attempts by SBI to delay that process. Now, the Election Commission had, because there were two parts of it. One was forthwith. What was submitted in a sealed envelope till 2019 must be updated. And this Election Commission, ahead of that deadline of, that is 15th, 5 o'clock, has done this today itself and uploaded all that data. These are in, of course, the raw format, which will require now a little bit of deciphering about which companies, who had contributed, why did they contribute, were they non-performing assets, did they get any government contracts? Were they in any investigations? Were they stopped? Were they shell companies? There is a whole list. And also the redemption, as you're well aware, that has also been made more or less public. The amounts that have been redeemed and that data, if you just glance and open through the website, you'll be able to actually decipher and see, 10 crores, and it's all denominations of that kind that have been bought and taken. So definitely a big day for transparency, accountability, probity in public life, as well as to ensure they uphold the constitutional and the parliamentary democratic spirit that political parties need to come clean about the funding, where they have got their money from and how they have spent it, because that also is given in an affidavit to the Election Commission.
Right. And Sunil, according to that compliance affidavit that was given earlier by the SBI, we did know that 22,217 electoral bonds were purchased, between these dates of 2019 to 2024, and 22,030 were redeemed. So now we're going to be able to, collate which company donated how much and what entities donated how much to which party? Or that is something that right now it's going to take a long time to arrive at?
Well, that will, there are two different aspects to it. And I've been saying this, and once again for our viewers, we must understand it. Don't confuse matters. One is the people who bought the bonds. That data will be provided. And that data, what will it give you? A wealth of information in terms of which company, who are the individuals, who else bought it, what was the way, did they get benefits from the companies? All that information will be given. The rest is those who redeemed. That is quite clear. You don't really need to link it, because that is itself, you will be able to make out once and for all. It will require a little bit of funding. And if you can see that number that is given in terms of how they bought it, so they will try to state it. But that clear linkage or correlation may not be that easy.
Right. In fact, we're showing our viewers, this is all available on the Election Commission's website, and, we're scrolling down there for you. So the various denominations are there, it's alphabetical. So you can see how much, which companies have purchased how many bonds. Though in this one can't really see which, and of course it's in two separate tranches, Sunil.
That's right.
We'll have to.
So what you're seeing right now is about the fact which everybody knows: 6,500 crores has been taken by the BJP, and you're seeing those crores of rupees in terms of redemption that have happened, the dates and how they've gone about that entire process. Earlier, and the bonds that have been bought, that will be at a different time. So it will require a mammoth exercise, as I've been saying. 22,000 to correlate that data in terms of linking it with companies and doing those searches. It will require a lot of analysis. But whether it can, correlate to, say, X company and whether it is bought by a particular party, I don't think that correlation can happen immediately. That the redemption of the parties redeeming it and all that will not come out immediately, because that's raw data that was not required. That was not even in the order in the first place of the Constitutional Court. They didn't want it to be correlated. The SBI said that if you want us to correlate, we need time till the 30th of June. Just upload it as is, where is basis, and that has also been done by the Election Commission.
All right, so that is the big breaking news right now. If you've just joined us, the data that you're seeing that we're scrolling through is what has been the electoral bonds purchased since 2019. And in fact, both tranches have been made available on the Election Commission's website. The details of electoral bonds submitted, there's part 1 and part 2. This data was submitted by the SBI to the Election Commission, and the Election Commission had time till tomorrow, Sunil, the Ides of March. But before that, they chose to put it, out in the public today itself, tonight. And so there you can see the Election Commission has finally published all that data. And Sunil, this is a case, that was going on for several years, as we know, and it was really just so close to elections that finally the Supreme Court, passed its verdict and declared just how unconstitutional, in their opinion, electoral bonds were, etc. And, so all that, it happened. Many feel it happened, just too late. It was just too close to the election. So that's been very interesting, but also a big victory for those who, fought against electoral bonds. And they said that this, comes in the way of democracy and our political parties.
It's so interesting that you say that, and, no less than Prashant Bhushan, when he had mentioned, for early hearing of the constitutional case to the Chief Justice of India, and he said, do you want me to hear the ruling on the electoral bonds, or do you want me to hear the decision on the money bill? And Mr. Prashant Bhushan said, no, but this has got elections and this has far-reaching consequences. And that's the reason why this 5-judge bench was constituted in the first place. And now that decision has come. I mean, it was held unconstitutional. Every effort was made not to, really give the details. You will, once you go through this entire process and do that data mining, you will be able to find out companies like thousands of crores that they have bought. Why have they bought it? Who has bought it? What is the process? What is the linkage with a particular company? They will then be able to check with their, company reports and data. What have they been doing? Where is the linkage? Which states have they been functioning? This is just going to be an eye-opener. Eye-opener for everybody, you and me as a voter, to know where our political parties have got their money and where it has been funded. This comes in the backdrop as the election commissioner, the chief election commissioner, has made this decision when he is going to be, of course, 2 other commissioners have been recently appointed just a few minutes ago by the President of India. So it's in that context that we will have to wait and see how things proceed.